All right, let's dive into Main Street Millionaire by Cody Sanchez. We're going depth on her advice for buying and growing small businesses.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
The book's got it all: personal stories, examples, strategies, even financial templates.
Uh-huh.
Whether you're ready to buy a business or just curious about different investings, this deep dive will give you a good grasp of Sanchez's approach to, building wealth. Get ready for some ideas that might surprise you.
Okay. Like what?
We're going to learn why boring businesses can actually be super profitable
Right.
and why there are more businesses out there than you think that are already making money and ready to be bought.
Interesting.
And get this, we'll see how competition can be lower in this market that so many people overlook.
You know, what's really interesting about Sanchez's approach is how she challenges the way we usually think about building wealth.
Yeah.
Instead of going after those risky ventures, she's all about buying businesses that are already profitable, which is something a lot of people don't even consider.
You know, I gotta admit, when I first heard about buying boring businesses like laundromats or car washes, I was skeptical.
Sure.
But then Sanchez starts her book with this story that totally changed my mind, the story of Wayne Huizenga.
Oh, yeah.
This guy went from, dropping out of college and working as a garbage man to becoming a multi-billionaire. And
Yeah.
he did it all by buying up existing businesses.
Wow.
It's like a secret playbook for entrepreneurs.
Huizenga's story really shows what Sanchez is talking about. Acquiring businesses that are already making money can be a super powerful way to build wealth.
Right.
And the cool thing is, these Main Street businesses,
Yeah.
your local car washes, laundromats, vending machine operations, repair shops, all those kind of places,
Yeah.
they often get overlooked by investors who are chasing after the flashier, more exciting opportunities.
It's like finding hidden treasure right in our own neighborhoods.
Exactly.
And another thing that caught my eye is Sanchez's emphasis on something called the Lindy effect. Have you heard of this?
Huh?
It basically means that the longer a business has been around, the more likely it is to keep on going. It's like a vote of confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of those Main Street businesses have been around for decades.
Wow.
With loyal customers and steady profits, they've already proven that they can weather the storms.
There are survivors.
That stability is a huge plus for investors. Sanchez isn't interested in gambling on the unknown. She's looking for businesses with a track record of success.
Okay, so we've got these potentially lucrative, under-the-radar businesses out there, but how do you, as a potential investor, find the right one for you?
Right.
Sanchez talks about finding your zone of genius, right?
Absolutely. It's not just about jumping into any business.
Right.
It's about finding the perfect fit. Sanchez recommends using a Venn diagram
Oh, okay.
to brainstorm potential business areas that line up with your passions, skills, and experience.
I love that. It's a really personalized approach. It's about finding a business that you really connect with. But it doesn't stop there, does it? You also need to figure out your specific deal criteria, what Sanchez calls your deal box.
Exactly. Your deal box outlines the things you absolutely won't compromise on for any business you're considering. It's like, think about your ideal revenue range,
Remember?
your preferred location, the industry, maybe even the kind of owner experience you're looking for.
Yeah.
For example, maybe you only want businesses within a certain distance from where you live, or you're only interested in businesses with a strong online presence.
Right. Makes sense.
Having a clearly defined deal box helps you narrow your search. Focus on the businesses that really fit your goals.
Okay, so you've got your zone of genius figured out and your deal box all set. Now it's time to actually go out there and find those hidden gem businesses.
Right.
Sanchez has some pretty creative strategies for doing that, starting with what she calls the walking billboard strategy, which basically means telling everyone you know that you're looking to buy a business.
Yeah, I love that.
It sounds simple, maybe even a little awkward, but I guess the more people who know what you're looking for,
Right.
the more likely you are to come across a great opportunity.
Exactly. And those opportunities often come from unexpected sources.
I can imagine.
You never know who might be thinking about selling or who knows someone who is.
Right.
It's all about networking.
It's brilliant. It's like expanding your network and opening yourself up to possibilities you might not have even thought of.
Exactly.
And Sanchez also recommends tapping into your existing network, especially what she calls the 4A Club,
Oh, yeah.
which is your accountants, attorneys, agents, and advisors.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, right? because these professionals are often really connected within the local business community.
Definitely.
They're always interacting with business owners, so they might have insights into who's looking to sell or who might be open to an offer. So it's not just about, pounding the pavement. It's about leveraging your existing relationships and tapping into that collective knowledge that your network has.
Exactly.
Sanchez also suggests attending industry events and trade shows,
Yeah.
targeting businesses in up-and-coming neighborhoods, and keeping an eye out for owners who are nearing retirement age.
All smart strategies.
All about being proactive, right?
Yeah.
And thinking outside the box.
Mhm.
Instead of waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap, you're actively seeking them out,
Right.
increasing your chances of finding that perfect hidden gem.
Now, once you've identified a potential business, that's when the real evaluation begins.
Okay.
Sanchez has these incredible frameworks
Mhm.
to help you quickly assess the potential and suitability of a business.
Yeah.
They're like secret decoder rings for spotting great investments.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more about these frameworks. How do they help you sort through all the noise and identify the businesses with real potential?
Well, there's SOWS, which stands for stale, old, weak competition, and simple.
SOWS. I like it.
Picture a business with an outdated website, minimal marketing, and a mom-and-pop feel.
Okay, I can see it.
While it might not initially scream million-dollar opportunity, this type of business often has really solid fundamentals
Yeah.
and a lot of potential for growth with the right approach.
So you're looking beyond the surface, right?
Yeah.
Seeing the potential beneath the stale exterior.
Exactly. And then there's BRRT.
Okay, BRRT. What's that all about?
It stands for buy, resist, raise, and tech. Buy simply means making sure the business is profitable and generating cash flow.
All right, that's essential.
Resist assesses how well it can handle economic downturns. Can it withstand market fluctuations?
So it's about resilience, right?
Exactly. Raise refers to pricing power. Can the business increase prices without losing customers?
I see.
And finally, tech explores whether technology can be used to improve efficiency, reach more customers, or enhance their experience.
Wow. These frameworks are brilliant. They provide a really systematic way to analyze a business. You can see if it has what it takes to be a successful acquisition.
Right.
But even if a business passes the SOWS and BRT tests, there's still that crucial step of due diligence, right? Making sure everything really is as it seems. I'm curious, what are some of the red flags Sanchez has encountered during her own due diligence process?
Well, Sanchez actually shares a story from her own experience.
Oh, no.
She made a multi-million-dollar investment in a cannabis company that went sour because she didn't do enough due diligence.
Oh, wow.
It's a reminder that even experienced investors can make costly mistakes if they're not careful.
Definitely a lesson to be learned there.
Thoroughly examining financial records, verifying inventory, checking for outstanding liabilities, even looking closely at customer contracts. You have to leave no stone unturned. You want to be absolutely sure the business is financially healthy, legally sound, and has real potential for growth.
So due diligence is less about trying to find reasons to walk away and more about getting a truly deep understanding of the business, right? Like what its real value is.
Exactly. It's about uncovering any hidden surprises, mitigating potential risks, and ultimately making a more informed and confident investment decision.
Okay, so you've done your due diligence, you feel good about the business. Now it's time to talk deal making. What are some of Sanchez's key insights on navigating that process?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the human element. We're not just dealing with numbers here right now. We're dealing with people who have poured their heart and soul into their businesses.
Sanchez really emphasizes building rapport and fostering trust. It's about showing genuine respect for the seller and their business, acknowledging the legacy they've built.
It makes sense, especially when you're dealing with small business owners who have invested so much of themselves in their companies.
Yeah.
So it's not just about negotiating the best price, it's about approaching the whole process with empathy and understanding. And on a more practical level, Sanchez stresses the importance of knowing your walkaway number, that
Right.
point where you're willing to walk away from the deal, no matter how tempting it might seem.
Yeah, it's about staying grounded, not letting emotions cloud your judgment.
So having that clear boundary protects you from making rash decisions in the heat of the moment.
Exactly.
Sanchez also shares a story about a seller trying to sneak in a high goodwill valuation to lower their taxes. It's a good reminder to be savvy.
Definitely.
You got to protect your interests during the negotiation process.
For sure. And speaking of negotiation, let's talk about financing.
Okay.
Traditional bank loans aren't always the best fit for these kinds of businesses. So how does Sanchez recommend approaching the financial side of things?
Well, I'm particularly intrigued by the idea of seller financing.
Oh, yeah.
It seems counterintuitive. The person selling the business is actually loaning you the money to buy it. How does that work in practice?
It can be a win-win situation. It lets the seller potentially get a higher price for their business and earn interest on the loan. And the buyer gets funding without having to go through the hassle of traditional lending. Sanchez even talks about structuring agreements where the seller gets paid from the future profits of the business.
Wow.
So both parties are invested in its continued success.
That's a fantastic strategy. It's like turning the seller into an investor in your success.
Exactly. And it just shows how innovative Sanchez's approach to deal-making can be.
Right.
Beyond seller financing, she also explores SBA loans, stock loans, revenue sharing arrangements, and other creative financing options.
So many possibilities.
The key takeaway is that there are tons of ways to secure funding for a business acquisition. It's about finding the best fit for your unique situation.
So you've got the financing figured out, the deal is done, you're officially the new owner. What happens next? Sanchez dedicates a whole section to the transition period, and I'm really eager to hear what she has to say. What are some of the first steps a new owner should take to ensure a smooth and successful transition?
Well, Sanchez really stresses connecting with the existing team right away.
Okay.
It's about building trust, acknowledging the legacy of the business and communicating your vision for the future.
It sounds like a delicate balance.
It is.
Respecting the past while also ushering in a new era.
Exactly. And to guide that process, Sanchez recommends creating a 30-60-90 plan for the new operator.
Okay, a 30-60-90 plan. What's that?
It's basically a roadmap that outlines key goals, learning objectives, and performance metrics for the first 3 months of ownership.
So let's break that down. What specific actions does Sanchez recommend taking during those first 3 months?
The first 30 days are all about immersion. Get to know the team, understand how things are currently running, and identify any areas that need immediate improvement. The next 30 days are about stabilizing and systematizing. Fix any broken processes, establish clear procedures, and implement systems for tracking performance.
Okay, makes sense. And what about the final 30 days? Is that when you start focusing on growth?
Exactly. That's when you power up.
Yeah.
It's all about identifying growth opportunities, optimizing your marketing and sales strategies, and setting the stage for long-term success.
This 30-60-90 plan sounds incredibly valuable.
It is.
It's a structured way to ensure a smooth transition and to really set the business up for future growth.
It's all about setting yourself up for success.
And speaking of growth, let's talk about some of the practical tactics Sanchez outlines for maximizing profits. I'm particularly interested in that pressure washing business example she uses. To show how seemingly small changes can make a huge difference in profitability.
Oh, yeah. That's a great example.
Yeah.
It highlights the power of, simplicity and execution.
Right.
One of her key recommendations, which a lot of small business owners hesitate to do, is raising prices.
It's understandable why people hesitate to raise prices. No one wants to scare away their customers.
Right.
But I'm guessing Sanchez has a strategic approach to this.
She does.
What are some of her tips for doing it effectively?
Well, she encourages business owners to analyze their pricing model, compared to their competitors, and really consider the value they're providing. She argues that many businesses undervalue their services. They set their prices too low.
So it's about recognizing your worth. Right. Communicating your value to customers effectively.
Exactly. And it's not just about raising prices across the board.
Okay.
It's about making your pricing model more strategic, so it's more profitable.
So how do you do that?
Sanchez recommends offering a limited number of packages or service tiers.
Oh, okay.
To make it easier for customers to choose, it reduces that decision fatigue.
That makes sense.
She even provides a specific framework, what she calls the sandwich method.
The sandwich method. I love it.
It involves presenting 3 options: a basic, low-priced option, a premium, high-priced option, and then a meaty middle option. That middle option offers the best value, and it's the one that's most likely to appeal to most of your customers.
The sandwich method. I love it. It's like a subtle way to nudge customers towards the option that's most profitable for you.
Exactly. It's about presenting choices in a way that benefits both the customer and the business.
And this is just the beginning, right? Sanchez has a whole arsenal of growth tactics. What are some of the other strategies she recommends for maximizing profits?
Well, she talks a lot about creating recurring revenue streams, like through subscriptions or memberships. Instead of relying on one-time sales, you're building a more predictable and consistent flow of income from loyal customers. And of course, setting up a strong referral program is key.
Right, right. Word of mouth marketing is so powerful, especially for those local businesses. And I bet Sanchez also emphasizes the importance of online reviews, right?
Oh, definitely.
And having a strong online presence in general.
She does.
It's essential these
It
days.
is.
So, what are some of her specific recommendations for making the most of that online presence?
She stresses optimizing your business listings on platforms like Google My Business and Yelp,
Uh-huh.
engaging with your followers on social media, and encouraging customers to leave reviews.
Right, right. It's about meeting your customers where they are.
Exactly. And remember that pressure washing business example.
Mm.
Sanchez shows how creating engaging content can be so effective. Like those viral power washing videos, they can attract new customers and boost your visibility. It's about thinking creatively and finding ways to stand out online.
It's amazing how a simple video can make such a big difference. But even with the best growth strategies, running a business can quickly become overwhelming.
Right. Oh.
Sanchez talks about achieving ownership autopilot.
Yes.
What does that even look like,
Yeah.
and how do you get there?
Ownership autopilot is all about creating systems and processes that allow your business to run smoothly, even when you're not there micromanaging every little detail.
That's the dream, right? But how do you actually make it happen?
Well, Sanchez highlights the importance of having clear financial dashboards and key performance indicators, or KPIs,
Right.
so you can track the health of your business. It's like having a financial control panel that gives you a real-time snapshot of how things are going.
It's about making data-driven decisions, not just relying on gut feeling.
Exactly. And communication is crucial. Remember, the compass, those regular team meetings that Sanchez is a big advocate for.
Yeah, those weekly pep rallies with a strategic twist.
Exactly. They're all about keeping everyone on the same page, motivated, and moving towards those shared goals.
Okay, so it's about fostering a sense of purpose and keeping everyone engaged.
Exactly. Sanchez believes communication is key, especially when you're empowering your team to make decisions and take ownership of their work. It's about building a culture of transparency, collaboration, and open dialogue.
So, ownership autopilot is about combining efficient systems with clear communication and trust in your team.
Absolutely. It's about working smarter, not harder,
Right.
and building a business that can thrive even when you're not constantly looking over everyone's shoulder.
But what about those who want to go beyond autopilot
Right.
and scale up their businesses?
Sanchez explores expansion strategies too,
She does.
from opening more locations to adding new services, franchising, and even acquiring competitors. She covers a range of options for taking your business to that next level.
Wow.
But she emphasizes the importance of having a strong foundation in place before you even think about expanding.
Makes sense.
Make sure your core business model is profitable, your systems can be scaled, and your team is prepared to handle those challenges that come with growth.
You don't want to jump into expansion before you're ready.
Exactly. Sanchez believes that scaling up should be a well-thought-out process. Make sure your business is not only making money, but also built to last.
And eventually, every business owner has to think about their exit strategy.
Right.
That point, when you decide to sell your business and reap the rewards of your hard work, what are some of Sanchez's insights on preparing for that and getting the most out of the sale?
Well, this is where all that effort really pays off.
Yeah.
Sanchez outlines strategies for getting your business ready to sell,
Okay.
from boosting profitability to implementing strong standard operating procedures, or SOPs.
I see.
Think of it like staging a house before putting it on the market. You want to highlight its strengths and show potential buyers what it's really worth.
So you're taking steps to make sure you get the best possible return on your investment.
Exactly. Sanchez dives into strategies like factoring in add backs.
What are those?
Those are expenses or benefits that can be added back to the net income
Okay.
to make the business seem even more valuable,
Oh, interesting. Like what kinds of things?
like the owner's salary, health insurance, a company car, even a gym membership. These can all be added back to show the business's true earning potential.
It's like uncovering hidden value within the business itself.
Exactly. And Sanchez emphasizes understanding how buyers evaluate businesses, especially those who determine the price based on a multiple of earnings. She breaks down the concept of seller's discretionary earnings, or SDE, a key metric for assessing the profitability of small businesses.
So it's not just about making as much profit as possible in the short term. It's about making smart decisions that will increase the value and saleability of your business in the long run.
Exactly. Sanchez encourages business owners to think like buyers, to see their business through the eyes of someone who might want to acquire it.
That's a great perspective to have.
And when it's time to sell, she recommends finding a reputable business broker. They can help navigate the complexities of the sale process and ensure you get the best possible price.
It sounds like having a skilled negotiator on your side can make a world of difference when it comes to selling your business.
It really can.
We've covered so much ground today.
We have.
From identifying those hidden gem businesses to navigating deal-making, building a great team, and even figuring out your exit strategy, Sanchez's book is like a roadmap for achieving financial freedom.
It really is. But it's more than just about the money, isn't it?
I think so, too.
What I find truly inspiring about Sanchez's approach is that it's something anyone can do. It doesn't matter what your background is or how much experience you have.
That's encouraging.
It's about shifting your mindset, valuing stability, consistency, and long-term growth over those get-rich-quick schemes.
So it's about challenging those conventional ideas about wealth building and recognizing that the path to financial freedom might not always look the way we expect it to.
Exactly. Sanchez shows us that sometimes the greatest wealth can be found in those businesses we often overlook. Those businesses that provide essential services and keep our communities running smoothly.
It's about betting on Main Street instead of Wall Street. And before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a powerful message from Sanchez's book, one that really captures her vision for a more fulfilling and sustainable future for small businesses.
I like it. What is it?
All right, get ready for this, she says. In a world where conglomerates are trying to dominate, small companies have a way of restoring our faith in the world. Maybe it's time to bet on Main Street.
That's beautiful.
It's a reminder that small businesses are the backbone of our economy.
They are.
And the heart of our communities. And maybe, just maybe, the key to a more sustainable and fulfilling future for all of us.
I love that.
But Sanchez also points out that we're facing a bit of a crisis, aren't we? A lot of businesses are closing their doors.
Why is that?
Because baby boomers are retiring and struggling to find people to take over their companies.
Oh, that's right.
And Sanchez highlights this as a hidden opportunity. It's a chance for a new generation of entrepreneurs to step up, acquire these well-established businesses, and carry on those legacies.
It's like passing the torch, isn't it?
Exactly.
From one generation to the next.
Yeah.
Making sure these valuable businesses continue to thrive.
It's about bridging that gap between generations and creating a more resilient business ecosystem. But I imagine taking over a business from a retiring owner comes with its own unique challenges.
It does. There can be cultural clashes, resistance to change, and even a sense of loss for the retiring owner.
It makes sense.
Sanchez really stresses approaching these transitions with empathy and respect.
Yeah.
You need a deep understanding of the legacy of the business. It's about recognizing that you're not just acquiring a bunch of assets, you're also inheriting a story, a culture, and a community.
It's a lot more than just a transaction.
It is. And Sanchez encourages buyers to have open and honest conversations with the retiring owner.
Right.
Understand their motivations, their concerns, and their vision for the future.
So building a relationship based on trust is essential.
It is. It's about acknowledging that this transition is a big deal for both sides.
And finding a way to honor the legacy of the business, right?
Yes. While also bringing in new ideas. It's about finding that balance between preserving the past and shaping the future. It's about creating a transition that benefits everyone involved.
That's a great point. It's a win-win situation.
Exactly. A win for the retiring owner, the new owner, the employees, the customers, and the community as a whole.
That's a beautiful vision, and I'm sure there's a lot more to explore as we continue diving into Sanchez's insights.
There is. We've just scratched the surface of this fascinating world of Main Street entrepreneurship.
Well, I'm excited to keep going.
Me too.
Stay tuned for the next part of our deep dive into Main Street Millionaire. We'll delve deeper into those business transitions, Sanchez's tips for taking over an existing business, and her insights on building a thriving, sustainable company that contributes to your financial freedom and makes a positive impact on the world.
It's going to be good.
I can't wait. See you soon for part 2.
Welcome back. Last time we talked about Cody Sanchez's ideas for finding and sizing up Main Street businesses.
Right.
Now let's get into what happens after you actually buy one.
Okay, the fun part.
Sanchez has this framework with 3 levels to help visualize different ownership scenarios.
Okay.
It's kind of like leveling up in a video game.
I like that. So what are these levels all about?
Level 1 is hands-off ownership.
Yeah.
Imagine owning a business for less than $1 million That brings in a nice income without you needing to be there all the time.
Sounds pretty ideal.
Like, think about those self-service car washes or vending machine reds.
Yeah, yeah. Low maintenance.
Once you've got the right systems and people in place, these businesses practically run themselves.
Perfect for someone just starting out or maybe looking for a side hustle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you got level 2, which is hands-on CEO. Here, you're investing a bit more, maybe a few million. And you're actively involved in the day-to-day operations, at least at the beginning. The potential for returns is higher, but so is the responsibility.
Makes sense. So this level's for someone with experience in a particular industry, someone ready to get their hands dirty and grow the business. What kind of businesses would fall into this category?
Things like local landscaping companies, maybe specialized repair shops or boutique retail stores, businesses where your skills and know-how can really make a difference.
I got it.
And finally, we have level 3, investor operator. Now we're talking big leagues. Multi-million-dollar acquisitions, complex operations, and the potential for serious growth.
Okay, the big leagues.
Think about those regional chains of car washes or successful manufacturing businesses, maybe a thriving property management
The
company.
high stakes, high rewards.
Exactly. Level 3 businesses require a deep understanding of how to manage and operate things at a larger scale.
Right. Makes sense.
But remember, no matter which level you're aiming for, it's crucial to make sure the business aligns with those SOWS and BRT frameworks we talked about earlier.
Good point. It's all about picking the right business for you and your goals.
Sanchez also offers insights on businesses you might want to avoid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what industries does she say to steer clear of?
She's not a fan of restaurants, for one.
Restaurants? Yeah, I can see why. They seem like a lot of work.
They're really tough to manage,
Yeah.
high failure rates, and you're always on call. She also cautions against hotels. They're more like real estate investments with a whole bunch of complications.
So basically, stay away from businesses that are super complex, prone to high turnover, or heavily reliant on unpredictable things.
Exactly. And Sanchez also advises avoiding trendy, high-growth businesses. They might be overvalued and could easily tank if the market changes. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Stick to those boring but reliable businesses that provide essential services.
It's about building wealth over time, not chasing fads. I like it. Now let's talk financing. Sanchez is all about using OPM, other people's money, to buy and grow a business. I'm fascinated by this. How does it work?
One strategy is seller financing. Instead of going to a bank, you work out a deal with the seller to finance part of the purchase.
We touched on that earlier, and it still seems like a brilliant strategy.
It is.
Everyone wins.
And Sanchez also talks about SBA loans. They're specifically designed for small businesses, and they often have better terms than regular bank loans.
Oh, right. And what about stock loans? Didn't she mention those?
She did. That's where you borrow against the value of your current investments.
So many options. It's all about being creative and resourceful, finding what works best for your specific situation.
Exactly. And Sanchez is really big on mastering the financial game.
It's important.
You got to understand your options and be smart with your capital.
It's not just about finding a great business. It's also about having the financial know-how to make the deal happen. So once you've taken ownership, what does Sanchez say about managing that transition?
Right.
I remember she had a story about hiring an operator who turned out to be a bad fit.
Oh, yeah, that one.
It shows how important it is to build a solid team, right?
Absolutely. Finding reliable, capable people to handle the day-to-day stuff is critical. Sanchez recommends starting with a clear job description,
Okay.
one that really spells out your vision and company culture.
It's about finding people who are not only skilled, but also share your values and are excited about what you're building.
Exactly. And don't just rely on job postings. Get out there and network. Go to industry events and use your online presence to connect with potential candidates.
It's about being proactive.
Exactly. Sanchez also provides this helpful hiring matrix to evaluate candidates. It looks at their experience, skills, how well they fit into the company culture, and most importantly, their track record.
It's like looking for those hidden gems, people who have the potential to really make a difference in your business.
Exactly. And once you've found those people, it's about empowering them to do their best work. Create a culture of ownership and accountability. Set clear expectations, give regular feedback, and give your team the freedom to make decisions.
It's about building a collaborative environment where everyone feels valued and inspired. But leadership is more than just putting together a team. How does Sanchez approach the sometimes scary task of actually leading?
She introduces a framework called the compass. It's about setting a clear direction for the business, communicating effectively, and keeping everyone focused on the same goals.
It's like a navigation tool for your business and your team.
Exactly. The compass involves having regular team meetings. Sanchez calls them compass meetings. You review progress, celebrate achievements, tackle challenges, and reinforce the company's mission and values.
It's about creating a sense of shared purpose and keeping everyone motivated and engaged.
Right. Sanchez even provides a sample agenda to make sure those meetings are productive. And she doesn't shy away from the tougher aspects of leadership. She offers guidance on having difficult conversations, giving constructive feedback, and even letting go of team members who aren't working out.
So she covers all the bases.
She does. And let's not forget the financial side of things. Sanchez is all about using financial dashboards and those key performance indicators, the KPIs,
Right.
to track the health of your business.
It's all about making smart decisions based on actual data, not just your gut feeling.
Exactly. She even provides a template for creating your own profit and loss statement. It makes managing your finances much easier, even if you're not a numbers person.
That's a great resource.
It's about empowering business owners to understand their financials and make good decisions.
Right. And I remember Sanchez talking about decentralized management. What was that about again?
Oh, yeah. That's about giving your team the power to make decisions and take ownership of their work. It's about moving away from micromanaging and creating a more collaborative and flexible organization.
Sounds great. But how do you make sure things don't fall apart without someone calling all the shots?
Sanchez has a great analogy for this. She talks about setting a clear North Star for the business.
A North Star.
It's like a guiding vision that everyone understands and believes in. Then you let your team figure out the best way to reach that destination. It's about giving direction without stifling creativity and innovation.
I like that. Trusting your team to navigate while keeping their eyes on the prize. It combines autonomy with alignment.
Now let's get back to those profit-boosting growth tactics Sanchez talks about. I'm ready for the nitty-gritty. How can we actually put those simple but effective strategies into practice?
Okay. We already talked about the power of raising prices and tweaking your pricing models. Remember the sandwich method?
Of course, it's all about structuring your pricing in a smart way to increase your profits.
Exactly. But Sanchez has even more up her sleeve. She emphasizes building those recurring revenue streams.
Right. Through things like subscriptions or memberships.
Yeah.
Instead of depending on one-time purchases, you're creating a stable and consistent income from loyal customers.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about building long-term relationships with your customers and ensuring that revenue keeps flowing.
And don't forget about referrals. Happy customers can be your best marketers, so make it easy for them to spread the word and bring in new business.
Word of mouth is golden. You can't buy that kind of authentic marketing. What else does she recommend?
Well, she's big on online reviews and having a strong online presence.
Absolutely. Essential for any business these days.
Yeah.
What are some of her tips for optimizing that online presence?
She emphasizes making sure your business listings on platforms like Google My Business and Yelp are up to date and accurate. Also engaging with your followers on social media and actively encouraging customers to leave reviews. Remember that pressure washing bonus example?
I do.
It showed how creating engaging content, like those viral videos, can attract new customers and increase brand awareness.
It's a great reminder that you don't need a huge marketing budget to make an impact online. It's about being smart, being creative, and connecting with your audience in a real way. But even with the best marketing, it's crucial to have systems in place to manage your operations efficiently. Sanchez's ownership autopilot comes to mind.
Right.
She talks about building a business that runs like a well-oiled machine. What are the essential components of that machine? How do you create a business that doesn't need constant supervision?
It all starts with those clear financial dashboard
Yeah.
and KPIs, the key performance indicators that we talked about. You need to be able to keep an eye on those vital stats and make decisions based on real-time data.
It's all about being in control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And clear communication is also crucial. Remember the compass, those regular team meetings that Sanchez is so fond of.
Yeah.
They're all about keeping everyone on the same page,
Yeah.
motivated, and working towards those common goals.
Creating a culture of transparency and collaboration so everyone understands what's happening and feels like they're part of the team.
Precisely. Ownership autopilot is all about combining those efficient systems with clear communication and trust in your team. It's about empowering your employees to take charge and make decisions while providing them with the support and guidance they need to succeed.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Oh, exactly.
But what about those entrepreneurs who are ready to take things to the next level, the ones who want to expand their businesses?
Well, Sanchez has got them covered too. She dives into various expansion strategies.
Like what?
Everything from opening new locations to adding new services, franchising, and even buying out the competition. She offers a whole range of options for growing your business.
That's great.
But she also cautions against expanding too quickly. Before you even think about growing, she says make sure your core business model is profitable, your systems are scalable, and your team can handle the increased workload and complexity that comes with expansion.
It's all about strategic growth, right?
Exactly. Don't just expand for the sake of it. Make sure you're ready for the challenges and opportunities that come with taking your business to that next level.
So don't bite off more than you can chew.
Precisely. Sanchez believes that scaling up should be a well-thought-out process, making sure your business is profitable and sustainable.
Okay, I'm with you. So we've talked about finding a business, buying it, managing it, growing it. What about that final step? Selling it.
That's right.
The exit strategy.
That's where all your hard work really pays off. Sanchez outlines ways to prepare your business for sale, from boosting profitability to putting those strong standard operating procedures, SOPs, in place. It's like staging a house before you put it on the market. You want to present your business in its best light, highlighting all the great things and showcasing its value.
So you're making sure you get the best possible return on all that time and energy you've invested.
Exactly. And Sanchez is big on making sure you understand how buyers evaluate businesses.
Especially those who use a multiple of earnings to figure out the purchase price. She explains the concept of seller's discretionary earnings, or SDE.
SDE.
What's that?
It's a key metric that buyers use to assess the profitability of small businesses. It's all about showing how much your business can really earn.
So you're not just focused on maximizing profit right now.
Right.
You're also thinking about those decisions that will increase the long-term value of your business.
Sanchez encourages business owners to put themselves in the buyer's shoes. See their business from the perspective of someone who might want to acquire it.
It's a good exercise. Get a fresh perspective.
And when you're ready to sell, she recommends finding a good business broker. They can help you navigate the complexities of the sale process and make sure you get the best price possible.
Like having a pro in your corner.
Exactly. A broker who understands your industry, has a good track record, and can market your business effectively.
It's about finding the right partner to help you make that final move. We've covered so much ground in our deep dive into Cody Sanchez's Main Street Millionaire.
We really have. It's a fantastic resource.
It really is. From finding hidden gems to negotiating deals, building a dream team, and planning your exit, Sanchez offers a treasure trove of practical advice and valuable insights.
I completely agree. And what I find so inspiring about Sanchez's approach is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter what your background is or how much experience you have.
That's what makes it so powerful.
It's about adopting a mindset that prioritizes stability, consistency, and long-term growth over those quick-fix schemes.
It's about challenging those conventional ideas about building wealth. The path to financial freedom isn't always straightforward or predictable.
And Sanchez shows us that incredible wealth can often be found in the most ordinary places. In those businesses that might go unnoticed but play such an important role in our communities.
It's about recognizing the value in the everyday.
Exactly. Sanchez's book is a reminder that the American dream is alive and well, but it might look a little different than we imagine.
Right. It might not be about fancy tech startups or Wall Street deals.
It's about those local dry cleaners, car washes, and mailbox centers, the businesses that are the backbone of our communities.
It's about seeing the potential in the overlooked and embracing the unconventional. And Sanchez gives us the tools and the inspiration to turn that potential into reality.
She really does. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and delve into something Sanchez talks about a lot: the importance of finding your why as a business owner.
Okay, your why. What does she mean by that?
Sanchez believes business ownership should be about more than just making money. It should be about pursuing your passions, making a positive impact, and building something you're truly proud of. It's about aligning your work with your values and using your business to create positive change.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Where your work is both personally fulfilling and makes a difference in the world.
Sanchez encourages business owners to figure out their purpose, define their mission, and use their business as a force for good.
It's about building a business that's not just successful financially, but also meaningful and impactful.
Exactly. It's about creating a legacy that goes beyond just making money. It's about making a difference in the lives of your employees, your customers, and your community.
A powerful idea. But Sanchez doesn't shy away from the tough stuff, does she? Running a business is hard work.
She definitely keeps it real.
Hmm.
She acknowledges the long hours, tough decisions, and unexpected challenges that come with running a business.
Right.
But she also talks about the rewards, the freedom, flexibility, and the satisfaction of building something from scratch. It's about finding that balance.
Right. Understanding that entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not just about the destination. It's about what you learn and how you grow along the way.
Exactly. And Sanchez offers practical advice for navigating those challenges, from building a strong support system to taking care of yourself and maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself to be the best leader you can be.
She's big on that. She stresses surrounding yourself with supportive people.
Okay.
People who believe in your vision, challenge you to grow, and are there to listen when you need to talk things out. It's about building a network that goes beyond your employees. Find mentors, advisors, and other entrepreneurs who understand what you're going through.
It's about having a community that lifts you up, reminds you that you're not alone in this crazy world of entrepreneurship.
Exactly. And Sanchez also talks about the importance of giving back, using your business as a platform to make a positive impact on your community.
So it's about aligning your business with your values, making a difference that goes beyond profit. What are some specific ways Sanchez suggests that businesses can give back?
Well, she gives a lot of examples. Supporting local charities,
Yeah.
creating mentorship programs, adopting sustainable business practices that are good for the environment. It's about finding ways to integrate your values into every aspect of your business.
It's about building a business that's successful, yes,
Yep.
but also a force for good in the world. And Sanchez's own story is proof that this is possible.
It really is.
She built her career by investing in and growing Main Street businesses, showing that you don't need a fancy degree or a Wall Street background to achieve financial freedom and make a positive impact.
She's a great example.
She really is. Her story shows that the path to success isn't always a straight line, but it's possible with hard work, a can-do attitude, and a willingness to think outside the box. And Sanchez's book is a great guide for anyone who wants to follow in her footsteps.
I agree. It's a practical guide with real-world examples and helpful tools that break down the world of finance.
It empowers you to take control of your financial future. And we only scratched the surface in our deep dive. There's so much more to uncover.
There is. In the next part, we'll dig deeper into Sanchez's strategies for navigating those business transitions,
Okay.
her practical tips for taking charge of an existing business, and her insights on building a thriving, sustainable company that contributes to both your financial well-being and the well-being of your community.
I can't wait. This is getting good. Join us for part 3 as we wrap up our exploration of Main Street Millionaire. All right. Welcome back to our deep dive into Main Street Millionaire.
It's great to be back.
We've talked about how to find those hidden gem businesses, how to make the deal, build a killer team, even how to plan your exit.
Right.
Now let's zoom in on what happens right after you buy the business, that transition period.
Okay.
I imagine it must be a little like stepping into a whole new world, you know? Where do you even start?
Sanchez really stresses the importance of immersing yourself in the business right away. Get to know the team, understand the ins and outs of how things work,
Yeah.
and figure out who those key people are that really make the business tick.
Makes sense. It's like learning the ropes before you can really take charge.
Yeah, exactly. You got to build relationships and earn people's trust. Show them that you're committed to the business and that you care about its future. Don't just come in and demand respect. Earn it.
Lead with humility. So what are some practical tips Sanchez gives for managing things day to day and setting the business up for success?
She talks a lot about streamlining processes, putting systems in place, and measuring results. Remember that analogy she uses about a pilot relying on instruments to fly a plane?
I do.
It's the same for business. Sanchez is all about a data-driven approach. Use clear financial dashboards and those key performance indicators, or KPIs, to track your progress and make smart decisions.
Take the guesswork out of it. Let the data be your guide. Does she get into specifics about what kind of data to track? Or which KPIs are most important?
She emphasizes focusing on the numbers that really matter, the ones that show how healthy and profitable your business is. Things like revenue, profit margin, customer acquisition cost, and the lifetime value of a customer.
It's about understanding the financial heartbeat of your business, using those insights to make smart decisions.
Right. And Sanchez is a big believer in creating standard operating procedures, those step-by-step instructions,
The SOPs.
to ensure that everything runs smoothly and consistently.
It's like a recipe for success.
Exactly. Even for tasks that seem simple, document them. Make your knowledge clear and easy to pass on. That way, the business can keep running like a well-oiled machine, even when you're not there to watch over everything.
So you're building a business that's not dependent on you being there all the time.
That's the goal. But we can't forget about the human side of things either. What about building a strong company culture? How does Sanchez approach that? She sees culture as the foundation of a successful business. It's all about being clear about your values, communicating those values effectively, and creating a work environment where everyone feels like they can contribute and make a real difference.
So it's more than just setting rules and expectations. It's about creating a shared sense of purpose and inspiring people to do their best work.
Exactly. Sanchez recommends recognizing and rewarding great performance, giving people opportunities to learn and grow, and creating a workplace where everyone feels valued and respected.
It's about investing in your team and building a culture where people feel connected to the business. And this all ties back to something Sanchez talks about a lot, finding your why as a business owner.
Right. It's about thinking beyond just the money
Yeah.
and considering the bigger purpose behind your work.
So what does she say about finding your why?
Sanchez believes that owning a business should be more than just a way to make a living. It should be a chance to follow your passions,
Yeah.
to make a positive impact, and build something you're truly proud of.
So you're aligning your work with your values. Right.
Exactly.
And using your business as a force for good.
She gives lots of examples, like supporting local charities, setting up mentorship programs,
Yeah.
adopting environmentally friendly business practices. It's all about finding genuine ways to incorporate your values into everything you do.
And using your platform to make a real difference in the world. It's inspiring.
It is. And Sanchez's own story is a testament to this philosophy. She's built a successful career by investing in and growing Main Street businesses, proving that you don't need a fancy degree or a Wall Street background to achieve financial freedom and do good in the world.
She's proof that it's possible.
Exactly.
And her book gives you the tools and inspiration to do it yourself.
Absolutely. It's a call to action, an invitation to see the potential in those often overlooked businesses and embrace the possibility of building a future that's both profitable and winningful.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Cody Sanchez's Main Street Millionaire. We've explored her unique strategies for finding, buying, managing, and even selling Main Street businesses. We've uncovered her insights on building a strong team, creating a thriving culture, and even finding your why as a business owner.
It's been a fantastic journey.
It has. We hope this deep dive has inspired you to see the possibilities that exist right in your own backyard. Those opportunities to build wealth, create a legacy, and make a positive impact on the world. If you're ready to explore further, we highly recommend checking out Cody Sanchez's book, Main Street Millionaire. It's a treasure trove of practical advice, real-world examples, and inspiring stories.
And remember, the American dream is alive and well. It might just be hiding in plain sight on Main Street.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep learning, and keep exploring the exciting world of Main Street entrepreneurship.